Have you ever made a time capsule as a kid? You know, thrown a bunch of Barbies and Pokemon cards into a box and then hid it somewhere to be opened on a later date? Let me know in the comments below. Over the years, a number of time capsules have been created. Some to preserve history, others to show how far we have advanced as a society. Today, let's take a look at some time capsules that are still hidden out there and see when they'll be opened. Starting off this countdown, we have the Robert E. Lee statue. In September of 2021, a statue of Robert E. Lee was taken down in Virginia following the protests of the death of George Floyd. Upon taking down the statue, they found a 134-year-old time capsule buried underneath it. The capsule was uncovered inside of a square box, which was 20 feet up inside the granite block that the statue was mounted on. It's thought that the capsule was placed in the pedestal 2 years before the statue was erected. It is believed to contain items from the Civil War and even a rare picture of President Abraham Lincoln lying in his coffin. They just hope that the items have not been damaged by water. The opening of the capsule is said to be performed by a preservation team at a lab within a couple of days. Moving on to number 9, we have the Expo 70 time capsule. In 1970, two major manufacturers decided to create two time capsules that would remain unopened for 5,000 years. This was done for the 1970 Expo in Osaka, Japan. So each capsule contains 2,098 objects or recorded items. These items were culturally significant objects to the people of Japan, and most were actually recommended by the public to be put in there. You got everything from music to art to recorded messages and even literature in there. There's also apparently a slinky, ceremonial kimono, and the blackened fingernail of a survivor from the Hiroshima atomic bombing. Now, the time capsules have two sets of instructions. The lower capsule will remain buried for 5,000 years. The upper capsule was to be opened in 2000, which it was, and then every 100 years from that, it will be reopened to then be cleaned to ensure its survival. Coming in at number 8, we have the Nickelodeon time capsule. Not gonna lie, I am most excited for this one, just because Nickelodeon played a huge role in my childhood. So Nickelodeon buried a time capsule in 1992. They filled it with tons of 90s memorabilia, including a Game Boy, Home Alone on VHS, a box of Twinkies, and a jar of Gak. They then buried it in front of Nickelodeon Studios at Universal City, California. It is planned to be opened on April 30th, 2042, 50 years after it was buried. So set your calendar, folks. I'm excited. Moving on at number 7, we have George Lucas. Do we have any big Star Wars fans here? How about Indiana Jones? Why do I ask? Well, George Lucas created his very own time capsule and buried it at Skywalker Ranch. Apparently, the time capsule contains a number of priceless Star Wars memorabilia and artifacts. AKA, that time capsule is gonna be worth millions of dollars. But here's the thing, Lucas never wants the capsule to be unearthed. He said, and I quote, "It's for some archaeologists 2,000 years from now to discover. We have an archive and it is very big, but after a few hundred years it will be gone. So the only thing left is the time capsule." So thousands of years from now, archaeologists will unearth this treasure and be like, yo, how cool was Earth back then? They had lightsabers? That's sick. You know, they won't know what the heck this is. Moving on at number 6, we have the Los Angeles bicentennial time capsule. In 1976, Los Angeles celebrated its bicentennial by burying a time capsule. And you're not going to believe what they put inside of it. They wanted the time capsule to reflect the era. So inside, they put a pet rock and a skateboard. How fitting is that? But they also put a dress worn by none other than Cher and a Lakers basketball jersey, among other memorabilia. All I care about is Cher's dress, though. The capsule is set to open in 2076 for the city's tricentennial. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with Martin Luther King Jr. time capsule. Located under the Freedom Plaza in Washington, D.C., is a time capsule buried in 1988. This time capsule contains the belongings of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You'll find a number of his personal possessions, such as his Bible, a robe he wore to preach in, and most importantly, the audio recordings of a number of his speeches. This capsule is said to be unearthed in 2088. Moving on to number 4, we have the Westinghouse time capsules. The Westinghouse time capsules are 2 time capsules created by the Westinghouse Electric Manufacturing Company. Both were buried at different times, but to be opened at the same time. The first was buried in 1939 and is said to be opened in 6939. This one contains microfilm, newsreels, seeds, and fabrics. The other time capsule was created in 1964 and is also meant to be opened in 6939. This one contains an electric watch, electric toothbrush, among hundreds of other items that were popular and in demand at that time. Coming in at number 3, we have Bunkerhill. Now, this time capsule is pretty odd. So it was buried in 1961 in Los Angeles and was said to be opened on May 9th of 2011. Yet it has never been opened. Either people forgot about it, or they lost the capsule, or people just can't be bothered to dig it up. But it makes for a good scavenger hunt if you want to go out and find it yourself. I'm just kidding. This capsule is said to contain old telephone equipment, including transistors, solar batteries, and an operator's headset. And now I genuinely want to know what happened to this capsule. Did they just forget where it is or something? Like, I want to know. In our second spot, we have the Sleeping Beauty Castle capsule. In 1995, a time capsule was actually buried at Disneyland. It was buried in Sleeping Beauty's castle. So the next time you go there to take a picture in front of the castle, just think to yourself, wow, I'm standing right above a time capsule. Apparently, this capsule contains artifacts representing the first 40 years of Disneyland. But we still don't know exactly what items are in there. I just predict a lot of Mickey Mouse memorabilia. This time capsule is actually going to be opened very soon, and soon I mean 2035, which is close compared to some of the ones on today's list that won't be open for like thousands of years, okay? And in our number 1 spot today, we have the Crypt of Civilization. This is definitely one time capsule that you do not want opened. Why? Well, it was created in case of the downfall of society, and it's unlike any other capsule on this list. That's because it's not just a tiny box, but it's a full-on chamber. So it was built from 1937 to 1940. It's a 2,000 cubic foot room filled with documents and artifacts, like 640,000 pages of microfilmed books, religious texts, etc. It even contains a special language integrator to help teach English to whoever finds the vault. It also contains items such as 800 works of every subject, historical recordings, and items to show our technological advancements like typewriters. Now, the opening date of this capsule is not for another 600 years, or like I said, until our society fails. This vault is said to preserve our way of life in case of a mass extinction. There's also a bunch of random stuff in this vault that I had to let you guys know, like there's Lincoln Logs, throwback to those, pantyhose, because why not, and a figurine of Donald Duck. Yes, because those items are imperative for a society to flourish. Imperative. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below which one of these time capsules you would want to open. Like I said, the Nickelodeon one, oh my god! I just love vintage items and like 90s memorabilia, as you can tell. All right, guys, speaking of comments, let's move on to our comment shout out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from the video Top 10 Evil Santas That Ruined Christmas. Michaela Finley commented, I got lunch for Christmas. No presents, but that's okay. I got to do it with my family. Oh, well, you know what? This is my gift to you. These videos, my gift to you. But seriously, Merry Christmas. Hope that lunch was good. What did you get? Chinese? I got Chinese food on Christmas Eve. So good. Jimmy Cicino commented, I think you meant Hansel and Gretel, not Jack and Jill. Dude, I say one thing wrong and all the comments are, it's not Jack and Jill. Dude, I understand. My bad, okay? It's Hansel and Gretel that gets eaten by the freaking dude in the witch in the cabin, the gingerbread house, whatever. Okay, I'm sorry. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch up and then da-da-da-da-da. I get it. Hansel, Gretel, Jack and Jill, blah, blah, blah. Okay, my bad. But it's the fact that I make one mistake and then all the comments are literally, it's not Jack and Jill. Drives me insane. Chill out, just watch the video. Okay, that's it. Sean commented, I got a bow and arrow for Christmas. It's so cool. That is cool. So you're gonna be like, Robin Hood or like Katniss Everdeen, you know, from the Hunger Games. Just I tried doing archery. I'm not good at it, and that makes me mad because I'm really competitive and athletic. So the fact that I can't get the motion down is killing me. It's the reloading I can't do fast enough. Ray Havana Channel commented, I got money for Christmas. Hey, if you want to donate to me, go ahead. I'm broke. And finally, Christina commented, I love your dress. Thank you. I was feeling festive that day. I actually wore tights or pantyhose. I hate the word pantyhose, which you guys know if you've worn them. I hate putting them on. They catch on your toe and they rip. It's just, they're awful, okay? But I actually decided to dress up and look cute, and I do like that outfit, so thank you. I never wear dresses, so thank you. All right, guys, that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see you.